Hello there. I imagine your grandkids are keeping you busy. Oh, absolutely. Lionel Richie laughs warmly. But you know what? It's wonderful. Joel and Nicole are doing such an incredible job raising those kids. Honestly, watching their children keep them on their toes is such a rewarding feeling. You see, Nicole used to tell me, Dad, I'd never do that when I have my own kids. And now, well, it's coming full circle, he says, with a smile. But truly, they're amazing parents, and I'm in love with that little tribe. We spent an evening with Lionel ahead of the release of his long-awaited memoir. Truly, a nearly 500-page reflection on a lifetime of music, family, and self-discovery. I can't believe it's finally here, he says, proudly patting the hefty book. Hand-carried this all the way from Los Angeles. And believe me, it was definitely overweight luggage. The book spans decades of highs and lows, revealing his journey through fame, heartbreak, and healing. It covers everything from his nervous breakdown in the early 90s, following his father's death, and the end of his marriage, to one of the most defining chapters of his life adopting his daughter, Nicole. That was one of my favorite parts to write, Lionel says softly. I'm actually looking forward to hearing what she thinks when she reads that section. Nicole taught me everything about life and fatherhood. He pauses, his voice trembling slightly. If you asked me the difference between a biological child and an adopted one, I couldn't tell you. I fell in love with that little girl instantly. I told her, you're not going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm your dad. You've got this. Whatever was behind you, you'll never have to worry about again. He pauses again, eyes glistening. It still makes me emotional because that was a commitment I didn't even know I had in me. But when she came into my life, I realized how much love I was capable of giving. She caught me when I didn't even know I needed saving. That's the great lesson she taught me, yes. I am capable. Lionel laughs softly as he wipes his eyes. You got me there, he says. Didn't think you'd come at me from that angle. The memoir, rich with life lessons, doesn't shy away from vulnerability. But Lionel was intentional about keeping certain things private. I made sure not to go too deep into my kids' personal lives, he explains. They deserve to tell their own stories someday from their perspective. And honestly, they're more famous than I am now, he chuckles. So I'll let them save a few surprises for their own books. When asked if his family has read the memoir yet, Lionel bursts out laughing. Heck no? Are you kidding me? Look, when you go home, you're just dad. They'll get to it eventually, but I'm not making it mandatory reading. They know me, or at least they think they do. But if I'm waiting for a standing ovation at home, forget it. They're proud, sure, but that's about as far as it goes. He smiles at the thought, his warmth palpable. Then comes a moment of nostalgia. Can you believe we are the world turned 40 this year? Lionel says, shaking his head. Watching The Greatest Night in Pop documentary was surreal. Seeing myself back then, this young guy thinking he knows what he's doing, was wild. There were no cell phones, no social media. We had one night to make it work. Quincy Jones was orchestrating pure chaos. Michael Jackson was in the corner, perfecting his part. Bob Dylan couldn't figure out his line. And I remember thinking, this could go really wrong. Really fast. He laughs at the memory. But it didn't. It was magic. Everyone Springsteen, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, was in their zone. We were like one big family of professionals. And somehow, we nailed it. Looking back, I realize how easily it could have fallen apart. Nobody was coming back tomorrow. It had to be perfect that night. It was meant to be. He smiles. When asked whether he'd ever write a new version of that song, no way, he says firmly. You don't need to rewrite pain or suffering. The message still stands. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. That's timeless. Any new version would only water it down. As he reflects on the future, Lionel exudes gratitude and calm. You know, at this stage of life, I've learned to enjoy the ride. People ask if I ever get tired of performing the same songs every night, and I tell them never. It's never the same. Every year, it gets more exciting. Now, I've got 7 to 9-year-olds coming up to me saying, "Oh my God, there's Lionel from American Idol." And then, they sing all my songs. It's crazy, he laughs. And when I ask how they know the lyrics, they say, my mom and dad play them all the time. It's wild to see generations connecting through music. Sometimes I get mobbed by little kids, and I'm just standing there thinking, somebody help mime being attacked by Of course, the question of retirement always lingers. Lionel just shakes his head. Retire? No, no, no. People retire from jobs they want to escape. This isn't a job, it's my passion. The only thing that disappoints my family is when they ask, when are we going on vacation? And I tell them, come on tour with me. Because really, what's a vacation? You look for the hottest place, the best crowd, the biggest energy, and that's exactly what I have every night on stage. Why would I stop? For Lionel, music has never felt like work. I'm still that 19-year-old chasing the dream. When a fan in the front row yells, "Sing it, baby!" that's still the spark that drives me. That same energy carries into his role as a judge on American Idol. I tell contestants all the time, the first half of the season is about convincing them they're not just singers, they're stylists. Karaoke gives you singers. I'm looking for something unique, something that makes me close my eyes and instantly know who you are. It's not about perfect notes. Willie Nelson never hit a perfect note in his life, but the moment he sings, you know it's him. Same with Bob Dylan, same with Springsteen. Said grit, that soul. That's what makes a voice unforgettable. His advice to young artists is simple. Enjoy the ride. If you're not enjoying it, you'll never last in this business. You've got to love every second of the chaos. Lionel leans back, reflecting on how much he's learned. I tell people all the time, you've got a problem, don't talk to people your age. Go to someone older. Because the moment you tell them your issue, they'll laugh and you'll ask why. It's because they've been there. Nothing surprises them anymore. That's where I am now. There's not much that can shake me. I've lived it all. He smiles with that familiar mix of humor and humility. From now on, it's just about enjoying the journey. And honestly, I feel like the best part of my life might still be ahead. Lionel Richie's story is one of resilience, love, and gratitude. His voice still fills stadiums, but it's his heart open, honest, and deeply human that resonates most when he talks about Nicole. His tone softens again. You know, she saved me as much as I saved her, he says. People think adoption is about rescuing a child, but in many ways, she rescued me. She gave me purpose, grounding, and joy I didn't even know I was missing. She made me a father in every sense of the word. That love, he says, is what keeps him going. When I walk out on stage and see those faces singing along, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I've learned that success isn't about awards or fame, about connection. And that's what this book is really about. All the moments, good and bad, that shaped me into the man I am today. As the night winds down, Lionel signs a few copies of Truly, his handwriting neat and deliberate. This book is my truth, he says quietly. Every page is a piece of me. It's laughter, tears, mistakes, and miracles. I hope people feel that when they read it, that they see the human behind the music. He grins one last time, because at the end of the day, I'm still that same kid chasing a dream. And honestly, I wouldn't change a thing.